Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is for the fans. I am here with one of the top players right here, Chicago Nation FC. This is an important game for you. You're undefeated. They're undefeated. What's going through your mind right now?
We want to finish the season undefeated. We want to be strong for the playoffs, and that's what we look to do.
What's your coach telling you about this game?
He's stated that it's an important game, and we just gotta continue the momentum we've had the whole season to playoffs.
And what has he told you about your opponent here?
Well, we know they're a good side. We know they always bring fans. We know that their fans push them a lot, but we have fans too, so we're ready.
What's been working for you so well this year that you think can work for you again tonight?
I think our style of play, our possession, we like to keep the ball. We know the right moments when to attack and when to sit back.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
And we will have this game for you in about an hour, so stay tuned.
Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Stolen. O'Connor and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is for the fans. I am here with one of the top players right here, is Cow Nation FC. This is an important game for you. You're undefeated. They're undefeated. What's going through your mind right now?
We want to finish the season undefeated. We want to be strong for the playoffs, and that's what we look to do.
What's your coach telling you about this game?
He's stated that it's an important game, and we just gotta continue the momentum we've had the whole season to playoffs.
And what has he told you about your opponent here?
We know they're a good side. We know they always bring fans. We know that their fans push them a lot, but we have fans too, so we're ready.
What's been working for you so well this year that you think can work for you again tonight?
I think our style of play, our possession, we like to keep the ball. We know the right moments when to attack and when to sit back.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thanks so much.
It was warm this afternoon for swimming yesterday.
And we will have this game for you in about an hour, so stay tuned.
But today, I was at a graduation party, and outside we were playing volleyball in the backyard, and everybody, they'd play for about 5 or 10 minutes and come back in dripping with sweat. So here we are. It's cooled off, a little bit windy. It is perfect weather.
Is there ever a time you want to pull weeds?
Is there ever a time
that you want to pull weeds to go weeding?
Oh, pull weeds, never. You got a point. I think you got me on that one. Kyle won, Bob nothing. Yeah, I never want to pull those weeds.
Is it worse to pull weeds at 99 degrees or -9 degrees?
Well, you don't have weeds at -9 degrees.
You could. if you're watering weeds all winter and it goes from 50 to -9 in one day, they might still be around.
Oh, I don't know if that's going to happen. Well, but this is a little bit windy. What I'm hoping is we don't hear the wind in the microphone. We're a nice secluded spot up high in the press box. We've got kind of a wind break behind us and a great view of the game up high.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
So, Bob, for Chicago Nation, their end goal is to win the championship. They got all the way to the national championship in the spring of 2021, and they lost. They haven't gotten as close since then. A couple of appearances in the Elite Eight. Now, if they keep winning, they could get their ultimate goal and go undefeated. Do they care about going undefeated at all, or just winning the national championship?
First goal is win the national championship. There is a secondary goal of being undefeated, and once you get into the tournament undefeated, then both goals are the same, right? You win the national championship. The only way to do that is to continue to be undefeated. But undefeated is not the goal. The goal is to win the championship at the very end. But what you find is if you have defeats along the way, you've got less chance of winning. Now, you were also saying that they want to get back to there. Winning at any level, especially this level, is not easy. You run into teams like this Wisloka Chicago team. They're going to give them fits on the field. Chicago Nation has their way with many of the teams, but this isn't going to be a team they're going to have their way with. What's going to be interesting is to see how Wisloka defends against them. Are they going to stay in a defensive shell, or is it going to be an offensive barrage? What's going to happen?
National anthem coming up next, and then we'll give you the broadcast of Wisloka against Chicago Nation here on SBS.
Sports Broadcast Solution.
Oh, crap. Did the media source go in and out? Okay. Get in. Tilt down. I don't want to see the lights in the shot. That goes for the entire game. Tighter. And then pan over right and left. Well, slowly. Tilt down. Too much headroom. Tilt down. Too much headroom. All right, get out. The starting lineups brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everybody. First for the home team, Chicago Nation FC. Between the pipes, Devin Eghai. The three defenders, Sutton, Lebovich, Wazerniak, and Kowalski. The midfielders, Mizyad, Klavchan, and Dizdarevich. And the forwards, Kapitanos, Grafin, and Shitchenko. And Bob Shitchenko has 11 goals on the season. Dizdarevich with 7.
Well, those are the ones you have to stop, and that's going to be interesting to see how they attack stopping them. Will they be marked? Will they, pay attention to the people passing it to them? Will they push the defense up? Will they keep the defense back? I haven't seen Wisloka, but what I will say is teams probably need to emulate what Wisloka does.
The starting lineup for the visiting Wisloka. Number 1, Christian Soroka. Number 3, Masiej Zadkoza. Number 27, Patrick Knapp. Number 76, Christian Suski. Number 2, Sebastian Benavides. Number 7, Matuza Sleska. Number 8, Michael Piachota. Number 10, Zagores Zarnecki. Number 15, Anis Kadirich. Number 16, Gabriel Wazinski. And number 22, Thomas Pranika. Pranika also, Bob, has 11 goals on the season.
Yeah, same thing. How is Chicago Nation going to stop them? And nobody's going to confuse us for speaking Polish.
Tell them to hit the record button. Chicago Nation in the blue, red, and white. Wisloka in the green and white.
Yeah, let me play fashion consultant on that. I really like those blue and red jerseys. It's a light color blue, and it's just, it's not exactly red, white, and blue. I mean, it is, but not like flag colors, red, white, and blue. It's real pretty jerseys versus the green and white Wisloka team. Both teams are in their darker jerseys, blue and green.
And here we go. Play has started. at College at DePage Stadium. Chicago Nation looking to go a perfect 10-0-0. As it's sent over that time to Lebovic.
Yeah, and when that ball landed, you saw a pile of little rubber pellets. You know, when we do football games at this place, when somebody gets tackled, you're going to see all kinds of rubber pellets fly up.
Chicago Nation, the first team to possess the ball tonight.
And I like what they're doing. They're holding on to the ball. Now, they're not getting it past midfield yet, but they're deliberately doing it rather than just kicking it and hoping for the best upfield.
Over to Sutton.
Intercepted
and
already.
Wisloka gets it for the first time today. Crosser out in front, 25 yards away from the net, and Devin Egghai got a piece of it, and he keeps it from being a corner kick.
Now, Chicago Nation is an excellent team, right? But you could tell by the way that they were bringing up the ball more deliberately than I've seen. Of course, it's early in the game. They are respecting the Wisloka team, that's for certain.
It's a beautiful night for soccer, a little overcast, which the players love. Now, no sunshine. And it will be pitch dark in about half an hour. 35 yards away from the net. Now played out to midfield, back to the sideline. Chicago Nation out to Klabjan. And now played near midfield by Chicago Nation. It was good defense that time by Wazinski.
Yeah, kicked it out of bounds. But again, ball possession for Chicago Nation has been slow and deliberate. That's how you approach a game like this. It's a good start for Chicago Nation.
Dizdarevich will play it. Overhead pass.
It's like the kids' game. You gain a few yards at a time.
Yeah, here comes the Zuzu, the Zuzu horns.
The Zuzu horns.
As Isaac Sutton taking his time on the overhead pass. Throw-in coming up for Chicago Nation. As it's played over that time to Grafen. And now over and cleared away by Wisloka.
Yeah, that would look like a wind-blown hit. It's almost as if the wind is in our face. That ball came toward us and more toward us and some more toward us. I think we now know which way the wind is blowing.
Yep, they're trying to irritate the Wisloka visiting fans today, and they're doing a good job of it.
Yeah, but the Wisloka, oh, there's a push from behind. Not a good spot to give up a free kick, though.
It'll be a penalty, a foul committed by Wisloka.
That looked very intentional, too. A little surprised they wanted a free kick from there.
Taking it will be Dizdarevich. A 0-0 game early on. One shot by Wisloka that was saved by Devin Egghai. And now Dizdarevich will play it. A two-man wall in front, out in front, cleared by Wisloka. And now played by the men in green and white. Trying to get it past the midway line and will.
So that foul from behind sure worked. They got the one kick. There's a play on. Nope, not a play on.
Foul committed. And
I thought that was going the other way, frankly.
By Wisloka.
Yeah, I got to play that one back.
Well, you got a man down on the turf.
Yeah, they're passing the Vuvuzelas out. And the cowbells. I like it. Has a national, international flair to the game. The stands are filling in. A lot of Chicago Nation fans, and I look over there behind the press box, I see an awful lot of Wisloka fans as well. Nice.
2 fouls have already been committed tonight by Wisloka. As one of the defenders in Lebovic was saying, let's speed it up, guys, and Chi Nation's like, we want to speed it up, but the ref's not ready yet.
Yeah, the goaltender had some equipment to fix.
Now over to Lebovic. Now played over to Sutton. Right-footed kick, trying to get it in stride that time to Capitanos, but pass his feet, and a throw-in coming up for Wisloka.
Yeah, and those are the turnovers you want to avoid. Kicked it along the sideline, and of course with the pitch on the field, not to be confused with being a soccer pitch, right? Just rolled the ball out of bounds. But But Chicago Nation with it back again out of bounds. Again, the possession arrow has been on the side of Chicago Nation this whole game.
Right now, Chicago dominating possession, but Wisloka, right now, the only shot on goal of the game.
Well, I like their counterattacks, so they're staying back on defense and want to attack sharply when they get it.
Dizdarevic, left-footed kick, the crosser, and it's headed away by Wisloka. Now near midfield, cheating up to get it is Lipovic on his right foot. Wisloka trying to steal that time. It was Gawney, and then the setup over to Dizdarevic. Good job by Jasminko keeping it in. Now over to Sutton on his right foot for the crosser. A lot on it. And Chicago somehow gets it, partner. A lot on that kick, and it was hard for Wisloka to read it on defense.
Yeah, I think the wind played a part into that. Then the Wisloka got a foot on it, kicked it away, but Chicago Nation maintains control. I don't think Wisloka is panicking here, even though Chicago Nation has the ball a lot right now, finally in their end.
Over to Klefjan.
Just waiting for the counterattack opportunity.
And one of the fans brought a whistle, so it is going to get confusing. The fan blows a whistle, but we're looking for that really loud whistle from the ref. In the end zone. Stolen away by Wisloka. Now over to Sleska. And now over to midfield.
Chicago Nation is doing a fantastic job holding on to the ball this whole first half so far.
Now 30 yards away from the box.
With some nice, short, crisp passing that are connecting. Very few turnovers early in this game.
Yeah, and Wisloka has committed way too many fouls for my liking, Bob.
Well, the two of them?
Well, we're early on. We're only in the 7th minute. If you use your statistic knowledge, you were a math major. 2 every 7 minutes is not a good number you want if you're Wisloka.
So 7 into, let's see, 90-minute game?
No, 95 if you count extra time.
So it'd be, what, 48 fouls?
2 every 7 over X over 95. 2 times 95 divided by 7.
And don't forget the cosine of the function of Z.
Good job by Wisloka. And it was indeed touched last by Chicago Nation, throwing deep in Chicago Nation's territory.
And here's the counterattack at work for Wisloka. And the vuvuzelas get loud.
Regardless, both teams will play in the postseason next weekend. Wisloka will be the 2 seed, Chicago the 1, even if Chicago loses tonight. As Chicago has more points, 27 points to just 23 from Wisloka.
When you have 2 ties, you get 2 points, but you didn't get 6 points.
Right. Very hard in soccer to go 9-0-0. Out in front off the body of Wisloka. And the goalkeeper in Piatach will take it. Chicago making the goalkeeper and the defender work for it. Last touch by Piatach.
You got to give credit to the scheduler maker who knew that these 2 teams are both going to be undefeated at the end of the year before the schedule was made to make this game at the very end of the season.
Right. Well, obviously it's coincidental. And the problem with this is this game really doesn't matter for Chicago Nation, so we might see subs even in the first half.
Oh, no, I'm on the totally opposite page. This game absolutely matters.
You think they want that undefeated record going into the postseason?
Well, of course they want that, but they got to make sure that they can beat a team like this.
Well, the other thing, too, Bob, like the chess game comes into play, whereas does Chicago Nation want to show Wisloka all that they have in the playbook, all that they've been practicing? I don't think so. I think they're going to show the worst stuff that they have and try to win off of that.
Yeah, momentum is such a big word. You want to get that win, get the momentum,
right.
Make the other team feel like they can't win. There's a push from behind.
It's the age-old question, would the Patriots have won the Super Bowl if they had lost a game in the regular season? I don't think so. They just ran into a very hot Giants team. And the same thing with Chicago Nation. If they had lost, would they feel less pressured going into the postseason?
Well, I think there's examples both ways. But, yeah, very often you get that one loss. That one loss spurs you into realizing you're a little bit more vulnerable than you thought, so you try harder the rest of the way.
It's interesting. Would the 85 Bears have won the Super Bowl if they'd finished 16-0?
Yes. And that's a question?
Hey, I mean, I thought the Patriots were going to win the Super Bowl when they were 18-0. And they ran into a buzzsaw on Justin Tuck and Michael Strahan. Over to Klabjan on his left foot. Klabjan plays it over to his right. And then a little pass to the trailer and Sutton. And stolen away that time by Kadrich.
Yeah, Wisloka's picked up their defense a little bit here. Chicago Nation isn't controlling the ball quite so much as they intercept that one. Announcers jinx.
Try to do a little step over move. Got a little too cute, partner. I'd like to see him try to shoot that one on net.
Well, you want to make your shots count. Otherwise, at the end of the day, it's just a turnover. And it's good teams recognize that shooting a shot from too far out with a defender in the way that's not going to go in, you don't give those opportunities away. Very few shots per game happen. So maybe, every 3 minutes do you get a shot on, a quality shot on, and to spoil it with a shot that you shouldn't be taking. This sounds like my daughter's soccer team.
We appreciate everybody watching. The chat is live. So if there's something wrong with the broadcast, feel free to chat, or your favorite MLS college or high school soccer memory. All FCC regulations do apply tonight. It's just a beautiful soccer pitch at COD Stadium. Stolen away by Wisloka, as they haven't been on the attack a lot, Bob, but they have made it count on their limited opportunities.
Well, and their defense has been excellent, even though they've been on defense for a long time. It looks like they're a counterattack type team, or at least that's what we see so far against this really talented Chicago Nation group.
Last one to touch it was Vazinski.
We got another guy down on the field here at the midfield.
And that's the other thing too, Bob, is Sutton. We've seen him in a couple of games where he'll go down to the turf. It looks like it's just a shoelace problem, but there are games when he'll fall to the turf and he'll have some ankle issues. And for Chicago Nation, they got to think about that when they want to put Sutton on the bench to get ready for the postseason.
That was number 3 that was down, isn't
yep,
that?
Sutton. Yep, Isaac Sutton.
Oh, it's not what I have on my roster. Interesting.
Because you blew it.
Guess I grabbed the wrong roster today.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you had one job and you blew it. Just like the White Sox bullpen has lately. Over to the sideline. Look at that play right there by Dizdarevich, Bob. How do you do that? So much balance on the sideline to avoid the throw-in for the other team.
Yeah, you got me right when I was looking down at the roster to figure out why I had the wrong numbers.
Yeah.
I found the right numbers here.
Zatkoza for Wisloka and Sutton for Chicago. Little pass over that time to Capitanos on his head. 20 yards away from the goal, now over to the sideline. And great job that time by Dizdarevich. Got a piece of it, so the throw-in happens for Wisloka, but because of that slide tackle by Dizdarevich, Bob, it forces Wisloka to be deep in their own territory.
Right, and they're going to throw the ball in and deliberately bring it up the field, whereas if that slide tackle didn't happen, the ball would have been kicked upfield kind of randomly, so probably at that point in time, Chicago Nation had more defenders than Wisloka had offensive players, so probably would have gotten the ball back. So right now, that slide tackle didn't hurt Wisloka at all until they passed that one out of bounds. Chicago Nation has done a great job dominating so far. Wisloka is going to have to be comfortable in a counterattack mode if Chicago Nation keeps this up. The first goal is going to be tough to counter. So both teams playing for that first goal.
Not a lot of stats right now. It's been back and forth. It's been a defensive struggle. You could actually call it a defensive masterpiece.
Yeah.
Fouls, 2 committed by Wisloka, 1 shot on goal, and that is it. Right now, the shot on goal credited to David Raricki.
Well, and for the record there, another foul committed by Chicago Nation and Wisloka with the ball on the sidelines.
Chicago Nation or Wisloka? Because that would be Chicago's. That'd be
Chicago Nation committed the foul of Wisloka with the ball, and they've used it to bring the ball on the far side up. And there's a shot.
The crosser just a little bit high. And luckily for Chicago Nation, nobody touched that, or it would have been a worthwhile corner kick set piece coming up for Wisloka, but nobody touched that. Went high, and partner, Wisloka, they've had limited opportunities, but they've been able to do more with it than Chicago. What have you seen from Wisloka's offense that they seem a little bit more crisp on the passes than Chicago right now?
Well, first things first, it all started because of the free kick at midfield. Then Wisloka took the ball up on the far side of the field, crossed it right into the middle, and then the bounce kick just unfortunately hit too much into the turf. On the grass, that would have gone in, but on turf, it bounced higher and then over the net. Just a little bit was the key word, little bit over the crossbar.
Over to the sideline, feeding it to Capitanos. Crosser in front. And no one
that was a
home.
no-look crosser. Nobody was there. I feel like somebody either should have been there or probably held on to the ball and waited for somebody to actually pass it to. I don't think it was just a missed pass. There was nobody there. Those are the turnovers I think you have to look at and say, try not to commit those. Hold on to the ball if nobody's there.
Over to the sideline, Lebovic, as he plays that to Wozniak.
What a good defensive move to get that ball in the first place.
Now near midfield, played by Chicago Nation. Dribbling it to himself, played by Lebovic, and then kicked out by Wisloka. It'll be the first corner kick of the game, as it'll be Chicago's corner.
We have to do one of those play-by-play one times where he dribbles it, he dribbles it, he dribbles it again, he dribbles it again, he passes it.
It'll be number 11, Zaha Shevchenko, to take it.
I like this left-footed kicker from the far corner, so it'll curl into the net. Far post, and over-kicked, and out of bounds. Again, the speed of the turf, let that ball go out of bounds so Wisloka gets the ball. Way deep in their own territory. Resetting the flag in the corner.
Little tap kick to the touchline.
That was a nice job to get that ball at least this far upfield.
Off the body.
But Chicago Nation played it well to get the ball back.
Played by Klabjan. And now over, that time to Lebovic. Now over to Wozniak.
I like how they're crossing the field and back again. Let the ball do the work. Let the ball do the running. And then now back to the goalie. Chicago Nation's game plan today is a good one. Just hold on to the ball, make good, clean, crisp passes, connect, fewer turnovers, and hopefully a few more quality shots than the other team, and one goes in. There's the turnovers they don't want.
It was off the foot that time of Benavides, and now over to the 15-yard line, over to the touchline now. And then kicked back. So Chicago, they're doing a good job. They're forcing Wisloka to go end-to-end with it. The problem, though, for Chicago, Wisloka's doing a good job in forcing Chicago to the touchlines with those shots and those passes.
Yeah, there was some nice speed. Payahota, I guess, from Wisloka. Looks like they want to send him on the right side. And, of course, while that's happening, then they fill in the lanes from the middle and the far side for a crossing pass. So it looks like that's one of their attack plans. Like I said, they don't panic on defense at all. They're actually comfortable with Chicago Nation having the ball.
Normally, when Chicago Nation plays an away team, they don't have a big crowd, but for Wisloka, they have just as many away fans as home fans tonight.
Yeah, these stands are crowded, and I like the noisemakers.
Over to Sutton, and Dizdarevich plays it. Great job feeding it over to Klabjan. Graffin, as he feeds it to the touchline. Sutton lost it. Wisloka steals. Sending it up. Now past midfield. Chicago on defense now. And trying to tap it. That time to himself was Zarnecki, but he kicked it out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in awarded for Chicago. Dizdarevich will take it.
Another nice defensive play by Lebovic to keep anything dangerous from happening over on this side.
Throw in for Sutton. and then headed over to the touchline. No one home to retrieve it. Deep in their own territory, off the foot that time of Zatkoza. Now over to Pietach. Now to Zatkoza. Big boot. Right in stride, just too close to the sideline. Good idea, Bob, just ran out of real estate.
Exactly right. Not much you can do. The speed of the field caused that.
That's why you very rarely see those through balls on the sideline. It's just so hard unless you have a day that's not windy, and very rarely do you get a non-windy day in the windy city.
Well, and the wind on this field is more. Look out here.
Over to Dislarevich.
Yeah, the wind in this field is more deadly because of the turf. It's the grass does not slow the ball down on this. This is turf.
Straight up in the air, headed over, 40 yards away from the goal. And a foul committed by Wisloka.
Yeah, and the reason for the delayed calls, there was definitely a foul on the play with Wisloka, but the referee was deciding is there going to be an advantage or not after that. After he decided the advantage didn't happen, then he called the foul from behind. It was a nice, both teams tried to get the header, but Chicago Nation got the header. And unfortunately, Sarnecki hit him from behind.
3 fouls committed thus far for Wisloka. Up in the air, ball loose! And it might be offside on Chicago.
No. There was a foul in the box.
Right.
Chicago Nation hit the goalie before the goalie was allowed to catch the ball. Definitely goalie interference. Nothing more than the goal kick from here. And again, you can't blame Chicago Nation. They're just trying to get to the right spot to head the ball, and the goalie read it as well.
So 2 fouls committed by Chicago, 3 for Wisloka. I mean, pick your poison, partner. He looked like he was offside, too. It was like a double whammy of cheating. Might be one of those games. Bob, do you think Chicago would be a little disheartened if it ends up in a draw? They would still be undefeated technically, but no more of the perfect undefeated record.
Yeah, I think when you're 9-0, a draw is like a defeat. But a draw to a team like Wisloka, there's no insult to that. But yeah, I think that they would feel like they left something on the table for the season. But that might be all it would take to push Chicago Nation into thinking same thing. Well, maybe we're a little bit more vulnerable than we thought. We're going to have to work harder to get that first goal.
And it's hard to grade Chicago tonight because since they don't have a lot to play for outside of the perfect record.
Yeah, you said that again. I just don't believe that Chicago Nation thinks that this is a game that doesn't matter. If anything, I think they're pushing harder in this game than any other to get that win against this team as well as the undefeated season. I think you're going to see it all out from Chicago Nation.
Well, agree to disagree because I know Chicago doesn't want injuries to happen. Now, you can't play scared and you can't play conservatively, but at the same time, if anybody's holding their ankles or rolled an ankle, they're getting off the pitch immediately. Perfect record or not, they just cannot win a championship if Isaac Sutton is out for a long period of time.
Well, toward that point, and what we're not seeing so far, this is a very, very clean game. Neither team wants to wreck somebody else's chances to win that way.
Right.
At least you can tell by the way that they're playing here. This is a very clean game. There's no cheap shots from behind. I'm sure there's going to be fouls, but so far they're controlled fouls, so to speak.
Right. I mean, aggressive fouls, but not overly aggressive fouls.
Like that one? Play on, though. Play on. Right. There was a foul there, but the ref decided Chicago Nation had the ball, no reason to call it. So as we were talking about being a very clean game, we got a little chippy foul there from behind, but no intent to injure. Huge difference between the two.
Wisloka is out shooting Chicago 2-0. Sutton is double teamed.
Got right through there.
Great pass. Back to Sutton. Chance, shot, way wide. Sutton, number 3 on the shot.
Yeah, one has to wonder, he put backspin on the ball, side spin, so it went to the right. If he bent that to the left, which is more of a natural kick for a right footer, that would have gone in.
Well, that's why he's listed as a defender, partner. Sometimes your defenders, not great shooters.
I don't think anybody's going to confuse Sutton for a not good shooter, though. But he missed the net on that one. And it was golden opportunity, I don't know, but a makeable shot.
At least get it on net, right?
There was some terrific passing in there between him and it was Cappuccino? Cappuccino. How'd that come out? Capitanos. I think I must be thirsty for some coffee.
It's too hot for cappuccino.
Yeah. Well, it's chilly now.
Well, I wouldn't say chilly. It's cooled down a bit.
Yeah, I'm in my U of I sweatshirt here.
These are facts. Definitely a foul. They're not going to call that one. They gained meters anyways on it, so they'd play advantage regardless.
Slide tackle from behind that connected. That was a real nice tackle from behind. Clean as it can be. Got the ball back on it.
Yeah, that is hard to do. Slide tackling from behind, getting ball first and not leg first.
Right.
And if you go right at the leg, most of the times the ref calls a yellow card. Now past midfield. Wisloka's Pranika takes it.
Again, a slide tackle from behind that was successful. And back to the goalie.
Debenegg has been tested, Bob.
I can see why these teams haven't lost. Very strong on defense, no panic, passes are connecting.
Right on stride with the through balls.
Now they're going to call a yellow card on that.
Yeah. And Wisloka's really not arguing it either. It was clearly a yellow. Piachota is going to be called for it.
I'd like to see a replay of that. I thought he actually hit the ball first, but nonetheless, the ref came in and called it a yellow card, a dangerous tackle.
I'm watching it right now on YouTube.
But the good thing about that from Wisloka's perspective, too, is at midfield. So really, even if there's a free kick, there's really not much damage with the free kick at midfield.
Bob, you can make the argument. I thought he got ball first.
That's what I thought live. But nonetheless, the yellow card comes out, so don't do that one again.
Out in front. Great job. What a job that time by Piettouch. It's not considered a shot. It was a crosser. But what is Piettouch doing so well, Bob, to get that ball up in midair and avoid any headers on net?
Well, it almost looked like, that's a great question, it almost looked like the Red Sea parted. I was wondering who's marking the goalie on that one, but the goalie worked around the players, found a lane, got to the ball, caught it way high above his head so nobody could head it in. It's just a superb save.
He might be an Illini fan as well. He's got the bright orange on tonight. It's going to be a tough one for Chicago Nation. They knew going in, they circled this on the calendar when both teams were undefeated for weeks on end. And this might very well be the championship match of the Midwest Central Division.
Well, I'm thinking to myself, 10-game seasons, oh my gosh, every game is circled.
Right, but especially this one.
Yeah. There's Sutton showing his worth on defense on that header.
But Wisloka has 2 draws, so there's still a chance they'll lose. Breakaway coming up for Chicago. Left-footed kick wide. Oh, boy. Bless his heart. He's going to be thinking about that in the morning. Right on target on the pass.
I think he's going to be thinking about that right now.
And it was delivered that time to Shevchenko, and he just couldn't get it on net.
Those breakaways happen quick, though. You have to make an instantaneous decision on offense as well as the goalie has to decide what part of the net he wants to defend.
A happy birthday to Jasminko Dizdarevich. We do not know how old he is. He's most likely younger than me. Left-footed kick, great pass.
Well, if it's his birthday, it obviously should have gone in, so maybe his day's not done yet.
No, the Shevchenko shot it. Dizdarevich is number 17.
Oh. Well, we got to get the goal to 17 then.
So just play selfish soccer. We don't care about the win. We're just going to force feed it to Dizdarevich.
No, it's the soccer gods. Whoever has their birthday gets the goal.
Right, yeah. Are you allowed to use a megaphone in soccer? I've never seen that before.
I actually didn't think you could use artificial noisemakers like this, but it is an outdoor game, and oftentimes indoors you're not allowed to use artificial noisemakers, but this is outdoors and they're allowing it, and I like the sounds. Makes it a lot more exciting. I think they should blow them more. And I haven't heard much from that cowbell. They have to give it to a different kid.
You ever seen the Saturday Night skit with Christopher Walken?
I don't think so.
where, like Christopher Walken's in a rock band. I forget who else is in the skit. I think it was Bill Hader. And Will Ferrell was in it. And I forget who was playing the cowbell, but Christopher Walken's like, I got to have more cowbell. It's just some great actors, Will Ferrell and Christopher Walken.
In the meantime, both teams on defense stopped 2 sends.
Dizdarevich is 25 today, foul committed by 15. And it'll be a free kick for Chicago. Anis Kadaric committed the foul. Now played by Mizyed. Over to midfield.
There's another trip.
Falling to the turf. It's getting chippy now, partner.
Well, this one's a little bit more dangerous, too. It's still kind of in the midfield area, but close enough to the net that, you know, somebody can make a good free kick. Maybe a little bit of wind blow, maybe a little bit of spin on the ball, and it's possible it can go in from here. So the question is going to be, are they going to make a direct kick shot at the net, or are they going to try and hit it one side or the other and hope for a deflection? It'll be interesting to see what it is they try to do. I think if it were me, I'd just give it a good boot from here and make it a clean shot and have somebody have a chance for a deflection, but I don't want to kick it wide. We'll see what they do.
It's Dizdarevich to kick. Happy birthday. He's 25 today. Oh, to be young and alive.
So here's his chance to get his birthday goal.
No pressure, but they need a goal here.
He went to the side, looked for the deflection. He got the redirect, but it was too slow, and it was an easy save.
It's going to be tough to get it past Piettouch.
Well, I think it's safe to say it's going to get difficult to get it past either goalie. I mean, this is like one of those games that look like 1-0.
Right.
And maybe not even that.
I'm impressed, though, by Piettouch. He's got great size for the position, and he's not fazed by those crossers. Gets right up in there with his athleticism to corral it in the air.
Well, and this is only the first half, too. So both teams are still in the feeling out stage where, you know, they're going to know where the weaknesses are in the second half better than they know now. It's going to be too much mustard on that ball and out of bounds goal kick.
Yeah, it was close to offside, too.
You know what? They're calling this, it was a deflected, so it's a corner kick.
Oh, boy.
I didn't expect that, and I didn't see the deflection.
No.
Of course, I'm only in the Bob Uecker seats, whereas the referee's right there.
Well, sometimes the referees blow calls, too.
I think we're going to give the referee credit for being correct, though.
No, but it's not deflected. It's a bad call. I just saw it on YouTube, Bob. Yep. Missed that one.
That's what I do like about YouTube, but you can play these back. This is live right now, but you can play it back. You could replay it. You can play it back to 100 times tomorrow, make a highlight film, whatever you want. So right-footed kicker on the left side here. It'll curl toward the net again. Far post kick.
Up in the air and headed away by Wisloka. Still in front. Right-footed shot. Big-time save by Piettouch. And another corner coming up.
Looked like there was a lot of traffic on that side of the net. Maybe if the shot got a little bit elevated, you know, what, a half-inch lower on the ball would have been all it took to get the ball a little bit elevated over the traffic. But unfortunately, it wasn't. Deflected out of bounds, and another corner kick, another attempt.
Dizdarevich again on the corner.
Far post.
Great job again by Piettouch. Well, at SBS, we do the 3 stars of the match, obviously early on to award, but Piettouch would be one of my 3.
Well, and I think if you're Wisloka, I don't know that you want your goalie to be a star of the game. That means that somewhere in the defense is letting you down.
But you're going up against a team that's first place in the Midwest Central, a team that's been to the national championship match. I think you'll take the 0-0 draw. And you'll take Piettouch being the man of the match tonight.
Well, he's doing a great job catching those crosses near the net and reaching high to get them.
And the other thing, too, partner, is this game matters for Wisloka a little bit, but they can't go any higher than second place. So I believe Piettouch will play if this goes to the Midwest Central Division Championship, but they might use the backup. We haven't seen the backup yet this season.
Well, I think if you haven't seen him at all this season, why would they go to him?
Well, I don't. They don't have any highlights to watch. So
it's not like the goalie is going to, hurt a hamstring by staying in there in the second half.
But like I said, for a team that's 7-0-2, Soroka between the pipes could be just as good as Pietach.
Well, and again, momentum is such a key word. So Wisloka also wants that momentum. They could take a win here over Chicago Nation a long way mentally.
Could have been 1-0. Zaha Shevchenko missed on a breakaway, didn't even hit the net.
Now this is something we haven't seen a lot of today. The ball is totally under control.
Wisloka out in front. Chance, right-footed kick. Devin Eghai, easy save, right into his breadbasket. And Bob, if Wisloka's going to get that 1-0 win tonight, they got to do better of going to the far post on the shot. When you shoot it right at Devin Eghai, it's just too easy of a save for him.
Well, what we can't tell from this angle is, was that the only lane open to shoot it? I mean, I would think that, of course, he was trying to shoot it on the far post, but shooting it right at the goalie is probably not great. It kind of reminds me a little bit of put some muscle on the ball. Maybe it'll skip, maybe it'll get deflected, and then maybe it goes in, right? But, yeah, you don't want to kick it right at the goalie for sure.
Yeah,
especially
like
that goalie.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to go far post. Yeah, Devin Eghai, you can make the argument's the best goalie in the Midwest Central. He was fabulous. We had them last year in the championship match for the Midwest Central. What a game Bavarian gave Chicago. It was a 1-0 final, and Chicago did not score the go-ahead goal until after the 80th minute. So Bavarian almost had Chicago that match. But this season, maybe the best team that's ever been assembled in Chicago Nation history. They're 9-0-0 with a chance to go 10-0 if they can get a goal past Pietach and Devin Eghai plays perfect soccer. Throw in coming up, and it was thrown by Piacciotto. Piacciotto had a foul earlier, chip kick, headed away, and a push off and a foul committed by Chicago. Played his case, Bob. That was pretty blatant.
Well, and again, not a good spot for it. Just off to the side, which is what you like on a free kick, right? And you don't really want the head straight on free kicks unless you're close in. This is close in enough from an angle, so they'll pass to the far post and hope for the redirection into the net. This is a great spot for a free kick.
In the 38th minute, it's a 0-0 game. If you're just joining us, we appreciate you watching. 4 shots for Chicago, 3 for Wisloka. Both teams with 2 shots on goal. And unfortunately, we have an injury on the pitch.
Yeah, trainer's coming out, it looks like.
So we will take a break. More soccer action coming up next on SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone.
Your time is now. When passion runs through you, become your own hero.
Illinois' top-ranked orthopedic and spine practice, Midwest Orthopedics at Rush, is now in Joliet. See a world-class specialist close to home. To be your best, see the best.
Back to the action at SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone. As an injury timeout, first one of the match.
Yeah, it came off the field.
Yeah. Trying to go 8-0-2 if they get the win. They would fall to 7-0-3 with the draw.
That was Sebastian Benvenides.
And a free kick coming up for Wisloka.
There's the far post shot.
Header wide.
You know, that was a pretty good redirect. That, you know, the head was off by a half inch or an inch, and that would have been at least on net.
Yeah. Intended target was Zagoras Zarnecki, and he just went wide with the header.
Yeah, that was a dangerous free ball.
Well, the chess game continues. So if you're the coaching staff for Chicago, do you still go all out for the win in the second half, or do you bring in your subs since the match doesn't matter that much to you?
Well, I think the match does matter. No, I don't bring in the subs. And if you're talking game plan, I wouldn't change anything. I mean, even though it's 0-0, it's also 0-0. So you don't have to push to get that goal necessarily. So
Right.
don't change anything unnaturally that would leave your defense a little bit uncovered. Chicago Nation with the ball up front again, right away.
Grafen saved that time by Pietuch. Got it to Grafen. Great shot by number 10, but there to save it was Pietuch.
Yeah, that was an underrated shot. That was really headed towards the net, and if it weren't for a diving goalie, that go-up ball has had eyes.
Past midfield, Sutton plays it on his left foot. Right-footed boot to the touchline. Capitanos right in stride on the through ball to Sutton. At the touchline, Sutton. Slow-moving ball. Now over to Capitanos, trying to do the crosser. Wisloka read it well. They'll have to clear quickly, and they do.
See, I want those crossers to connect. Capitanos is a great player, but to me, that's like the third turnover in the offensive zone. That you just got to be a little more careful. You got to find your connection. You don't get this many opportunities, although they're getting one now.
And it's blown dead by the ref. Another free kick coming up for Chicago. Falling down to the turf is 76 for Wisloka.
Suski.
Right now, Chicago with 6 shots, 4 shots on goal. Wisloka 4 shots, 2 on goal. A perfect 4 for 4 in the save department.
I feel like the shots are, I feel like the shots are close for each team. If you had asked me what the shots were without having looked at the statistics, I might have thought that Chicago Nation had quite an edge, especially there. That was a high-quality shot in the far post. Then they had those other 2 shots that went wide. I feel like the Chicago Nation shots are louder. Although that one shot that bounced over the net, you know, what, a foot or 2 from going in?
Right. Yeah, it's very rare that Shevchenko will not connect on a breakaway. This is the second injury we've seen tonight. It's not a very hot night, so you don't expect players to cramp up if they've been stretching.
It looks like the trainer is working on his ankle.
A rolled ankle, yeah. So, Bob, for people that aren't familiar with playing on turf versus grass, is turf better for avoiding rolled ankles and sprained ankles, or is it just kind of the same as grass?
Turf is far more dangerous. Grass, it's softer. I mean, you get ACL injuries on turf. I think if you're in the grass, you twist an ankle, You're on turf, you twist an ankle, that injury can travel up to your knee. You really got to play, in my opinion, a lot more on balance on turf. On grass, you could be a little bit more, I don't want to be reckless with the cuts, but you can make more cuts with less danger of the turf gripping your shoe and creating a knee injury. So yeah, oh my gosh, turf injuries, and then they get serious. It's not like a 2-week or a 6-week sprained ankle. You're out for a year with an ACL.
Christian Suski, and Bob, it looks like his day might be done. He can't even walk on it.
Yeah, you were saying that earlier. If somebody gets hurt, then they're out for a while. And so you said they were in the playoffs next week. You know, there's a good chance here he's getting carried off, not just walking off. That's. I
mean, that's the issue with going all out for the win tonight.
Well, yeah, but you do got to stay on balance and not allow that to happen. But yeah, it looks like he got hurt. So the question is going to be, will he be back next week? Judging by the way he pounded on the bench, my guess is he knows he's out for a little while.
Right. And Pat McAfee was always against what Jim Caldwell did when he sat Peyton Manning and the starters when they were 14-0 and up on the Jets in Game 15. but they did go to the Super Bowl that year and they almost won it.
Yeah, but I think football and soccer are totally different animals. You know,
Right.
football, you get how many collisions per game, and taking a game off isn't such a bad thing. Heck, even basketball, you know, sitting out for a game, you know, rejuvenates you 2 games later. Soccer is grueling in its own right with the running, but it's mostly running, and yeah, somebody might clip your ankle once in a while, but it's not common to get injured in soccer.
So subbing in for Susky is 25, Dawid Rawicki.
And again, I think both teams are looking for that momentum and also the magic bullet and how to beat this other good team. And you can't just look in the video and say, okay, I'm going to beat you by doing this. Yeah, you have to experiment and try things to find out.
And it's stolen away by Wisloka, Kadiric. And it's now set up that time to Pranika. Now over to the touchline. And Wisloka trying to keep it in. It was last touched that time by Benavides. Nope, changed their mind. It was last touched by Chicago. Tried to pull a fast one on the ref in red, but he saw it all the way.
Yeah, didn't change the ref's mind at all.
Double teamed on the corner. Wisloka has had their chances. Ill-advised pass that time, Bob. It's like you said, you want to have every possession matter.
Yeah, and Wisloka, that was not a good time for a turnover.
Never a good time for a turnover unless you have to turn the ball over.
Well, and I think that's the difference between the top teams in soccer, and you can tell by the way that they're playing. Both teams, they do not like to turn the ball over, whereas I think the mid-tier teams in the league, they seem to think it's okay to have a turnover. I mean, I go back to the little story with my daughter's team, right? The coach is always like, well, win the 50-50s, but that doesn't mean you pass 50-50s on purpose.
Out in front, Sutton, touch pass, header, off the body, and now off the foot of Klabjan. Now to Benavides. Now over to the sideline. At the 20-yard line.
Now that was an ankle breaker move.
That was a great move. Get in the way of that passing lane. Beautiful job by Chicago.
Yeah, those kinds of passes can be dangerous. The ball bounces the right way. All of a sudden, next thing you know, you have a breakaway. Oh, there's a call there. I don't know about that one. I think he fell on his own, frankly, but you have to play that one back to be sure.
It's a foul committed by Chicago. 4 fouls committed by Nation, 5 by Wisloka. And that will do it for the half. So it was a quick half part. We had a lot of stoppages. Are you surprised that we didn't go the full 50 minutes for this half?
Well, I thought there was going to be 2 or 3 minutes of extra time. I didn't think it was going to be too much. It was just the one injury. But it's a very, very exciting game. You said it went by fast. That was well put. It was a fast half. I mean, it's the same 45 minutes as any other half, right? But it was a really good defensive struggle for both teams. This is a great game. I mean, 1-0 here might be a generous game. 0-0 is probably more likely if you're in Las Vegas betting on this.
All right, go on points bet for the United Premier Soccer League.
Yeah, put a 0-0 in there on this one.
9 fouls committed by both teams combined. 6 shots by Chicago, 4 by Wisloka, 4 saves for Pietach, and 2 for Debenegai. So, we're going to take a break, then we'll give you the full stats via our Stat Crew Statistician Night and Jeffrey Clark. But for now, we bid you adieu. Halftime show coming up next on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede.
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Welcome back to SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Here are the stats brought to you by SBS. Yellow cards, 1 committed by Wisloka, none for Chicago. 4 saves for Piettouch, 2 for Debeneghi, 6 shots for Chicago, 4 for Wisloka. No team has been offsides, Bob, so like you said, it's a pretty close as possible to a perfect soccer game. Just Wisloka's got to avoid the fouls in the second half.
Well, I don't know that they even minded creating those fouls. Most of them were right in midfield. There's only one that was, dead on at midfield. So I think both teams are going to say they played a very good defensive game. I think Wisloka would say that their defense was actually very, very strong, even though Chicago Nation held the ball, I think, for a longer period of time. It looks like Wisloka is very comfortable at counterattacking, but that also tells me that they're also comfortable at, well, they're not the ones taking the action forward, so they have to rely on a counter attack to score rather than pushing the ball, through the other defense. It's a very, very good game. I mean, right now, a defensive gem. These are the kinds of games you say Americans don't like because there's not enough scoring, and I'm saying this is a beautiful, beautiful game tonight. We'll see what happens in the second half, though.
Well, Americans were complaining when the final score of the Super Bowl, Rams-Patriots with 13-3. So people are just going to complain for complaining's sake.
Well, I don't think too many people are going to complain about this gem.
As I've grown older, I used to like soccer. Now I really love it. I really understand why it's the beautiful game, why it's called that. It's so hard to get that big white and black ball into the back of the net. And as much as I love hockey, you do have those garbage goals off rebounds right in front of the net.
Yeah, now that was strange. Chicago Nation just put that ball into the next zip code behind the net. I just don't know why. I was hoping for deflection, perhaps. I don't get it. It's almost as if, let's run some clock, which then says if he's doing the bidding of the coaching staff, let's run some clock. That means Chicago Nation is in some sense playing for the tie, which surprises me a lot. So we'll see if we see that again. I think even the Wisloka players were like, what?
Yeah, you're right, Bob. He ran out of real estate, so that's not really a through ball you want to send.
Well, and he didn't just send it. I mean, he put that ball into the back fence next to the road.
Right. Now, he did have an attacker close to the Wisloka defender. So possibly if you force Wisloka deep in your own territory, they'll make a mistake, then you steal, and you get a crosser in front of the net.
Well, a couple passes ago, Wisloka had the ball, tried to connect in the midfield area, and it was a misconnection. Chicago Nation back with the ball. And those are the turnovers I think you want to avoid. You give the ball away from your own zone to midfield. I didn't expect to see that. Now, Chicago Nation is holding on to the ball. Again, Wisloka's defense is strong, and that's making it tough. A little bit of a push, let go by the ref.
Yeah, like I said, if you get ball first, doesn't matter what happens afterward. And a foul committed that time by Wisloka. It was committed by Wazinski. And, of course, one of the best players in Sox history is Polish, A.J. Przynski.
Yeah, and there's kicked out of bounds. Again, just I don't want to say careless pass, but he couldn't connect on the pass.
Right.
So Wisloka with the ball in their own zone.
Well, that's the good thing about tonight, Bob, is the game matters, but it doesn't matter that much. You can try new things that you wouldn't normally do in a match. It just, to Chicago, how much does going 10-0-0 mean to them? We're going to find out in the next 45 minutes. Good job getting that ball out, but Wisloka keeps it. He had help on the steal attempt. And looking for the call.
They're going to get it.
Wow. Is it in the box? It is. It would be a penalty kick, and now Wisloka's going back on D.
No,
a break
they're saying
for
a goal
Chicago.
kick. I misunderstood.
But I can understand why you thought that, Bob.
It looked like a penalty in the box from just watching the play develop. It's another one of those you have to play back and make your own decision on that. As it is, though, it was kicked out of bounds. Wisloka kicked it out of bounds. Chicago Nation with the goal kick.
Yeah,
a
so
very non-dangerous play versus a horribly dangerous play. I would hate for this game to end on but get scored because of a penalty kick either way.
Yeah, you got to be smart, though, on defense. But when I look at it, he just fell down on his own accord and tried to slide tackle to get a shot on net, and he kicked it out of bounds accidentally.
And here I'm a little surprised Chicago Nation didn't chuck the ball upfield, maybe a little bit of wind, but they didn't want to do the 50-50 ball at midfield either with a couple of headers. Instead, they passed it back to the defense and wanted to bring the ball up using the clock and deliberately. A little surprised on that, but in some ways I like it. Again, ball control is so important.
Throw in by Chicago. Grafen, the intended target, and it was headed away by the other number 10, and Zagoras Zarnecki. Then back over to Chicago.
Oh, I don't like that flop. You have to play that one back. Just because you're touched on the back of the shoulder doesn't mean you fall down, but the ref decided to go ahead and give him the call. Now, here's a send.
It's good gamesmanship, though. If you feel a body on your shoulder, follow the turf, see if you get the call. Shitchenko trying to make up for his mistake from earlier. Shitchenko. And now set up at the 25-yard line to Klabjan's feet. Klabjan fakes the crosser. Chance for Chicago. A lot on that crosser. Has to be headed actually off the chest of Groffen. Now to Sutton. Groffen. And kicked away by Wisloka. Throw-in coming up for Chicago.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that there wasn't a Chicago Nation flying on the ground on that kick away on that one. Trying to, again, goad the referee into maybe calling a penalty kick. Like I said, I just don't want the game to be decided that way.
All right. But, if it's a PK, it's a PK. You got to be fair if you're the ref. I think you're right, Bob. I think the refs feel that same way, too. But, if it's a PK, they're going to call it. Throw in and then cleared by Wisloka.
And from what we've seen of this ref so far, I mean, have we even complained a little bit about any calls not being correct? He's doing a terrific job.
Yeah. It's been very consistent tonight.
And that's what you want from a referee.
It's been pretty even. 6 fouls committed by Wisloka, 4 to Chicago. It's basically 5-on-5 in terms of the fouls being called. Shitchenko on his right foot. Tap pass to Groffen. Actually, Mizyed, and Mizyed's pass stolen away that time by Sleska.
Yeah, and I'll say it this way. That was an uncharacteristic Chicago Nation turnover at midfield. They've been doing a great job holding onto the ball and making passes that connect. Here's a send attempt. It didn't work.
Off the head now to Peru Demeneghai, who is not from Peru despite his name.
I like these two teams. They're both undefeated, right? And I believe, in my mind, they have contrasting styles. Now Chicago is trying to send it. So the game's getting a little bit more open up in the second half than it was in the first half.
20 yards away from the net. Shot on net. Easy save, though, right in the breadbasket of Pietach.
Yeah, easy save. I don't know. Whenever you have to dive one way or other, you got to judge that correctly. You got to make sure there's not a deflection. You're committed to making that catch, and you don't have your body behind the ball. You got to make sure your hands are close enough that ball can't sneak through you. That's a good save.
It was shot right at him, though.
Right at him when he had to dive to the left?
Sometimes you dive when it's not necessary. That shot, that indeed is a shot, and it's just over the crossbar. Did Demeneghai touch it? No Wisloka player going after it.
Yeah, it went over the net, but again, not by much. Right, 2 feet, down 2 feet. Now, the thing about that shot, it was on center, so it would have been tipped away by the goalie. At least he would have gotten a corner kick. But if he could have moved that shot a couple, several feet to the right or to the left and brought it down a foot, that was in. Good shot, just over the top of the crossbar, about as high over the crossbar as that bouncer was at the other end.
And if you're Demeneghai, knowing that if you touch it, it goes out of bounds, it becomes a corner, do you feel confident letting that one go over your hands to try to avoid those deflections?
Well, anytime I was in net, boy, you want to deflect it because you cannot have that ball go in there.
Right. But you're right, Bob. You want to avoid giving up set pieces off the corner kick if you can.
If you can. If you know that ball's over the net, obviously you don't want to touch it, but, man, you got to know. And if he's been a goalie forever, his whole life, yeah, he knows where the top of that net is.
He also knows his height. He knows his wingspan. Now over to Kowalski, off the foot of Klabjan, going after the Sleska. And then getting a piece of it was Zarnecki. Now over to Mizyed. Here comes Chicago Nation, led by Shitchenko. To Dizarevich, out to Sutton. Little tap pass, getting closer to the goal.
I like this crosser.
And Klabjan, the intended target, goes wide, and it's a goal kick coming up.
Yeah, you could absolutely see that crosser coming, and looked like, man, if that pass were just a couple of feet one way or the other, that could have been tipped in, but unfortunately didn't connect. That was a real nice pass. It just didn't connect.
So who are your 3 stars of the match, Bob? Besides the goalies, who would be your other star?
Yeah, right now I think I'd be looking at the names on defense. I mean, right now the defense on both teams have just been doing terrific.
Sutton's played on both sides of the pitch. Do you want to give it to Sutton? He had that shot that went very wide of the net.
Well, defensively for Chicago Nation, who I've been liking, looking down here, is number 22,
So that'd be Lebovic?
Yeah, Lebovic, right. He's just been terrific. He's spoiled several runs earlier in the game. Solid defender. I don't think I'd find anybody yet on Wisloka yet. But I'd be looking at defenders. And I don't know that. I mean, the Wisloka goalie has had a real good game. I mean, he could be in the running.
Yeah, you could make the argument Piet Touch is the man of the match. Debenegai's been good.
There's a slide tackle and a call.
Oh, boy.
Again, a tough one. I feel like he got the ball first yet again. And this time a yellow card. Might be a little steep.
You watch it again. Kowalski has it. It's a foul committed by Chicago.
Now this foul again, although it was a yellow card, it happened at midfield, so there's no danger on this free ball kick. Or not no danger, but very little danger on this free ball kick. I think the Chicago Nation team is reacting though because they just don't think it should have been a foul. I think they believe he got the ball first.
Committed the foul, and he'll be called for the yellow card. Out in front and headed away by Chicago. Tapped over. The Wisloka fans getting excited. They can sense it as they get closer to the goal.
Well, I think what I'm sensing is more 0-0.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get it past Piet Touch. Chance, though, for Shy Nation. Shevchenko fakes the shot out in front, and Bob may be a little bit too cute with it.
I think I would have taken the shot from the angle where he was first at. But that's easy for me to say. He's the professional soccer player, and I'm the professional announcer.
You're a very good armchair soccer player, though, Bob.
I think I would have taken that shot, though. But, again, he's had to make that split-second decision. He tried to cut back to Sewell's left to make the shot more straight, if you will. But unfortunately, it got broken up. But, yeah, he had the whole right side of the field there.
So far, 6 shots for Chicago, 5 for Wisloka.
There's a play-on foul.
They gained meters on it. Now played that time by Kadiric. And now 50 yards from the goal. The goal is placed at the end of the end zone. On his left foot. Pranika with 11 goals on the season. Shevchenko matches him with that total. Try to do a hesitation move. That's a call. Oh, my goodness, Bob. How'd they miss that one?
Oh, they didn't miss it. They just decided they weren't going to fix the game on a foul that occurred, like, right at the boundary line. I wouldn't have called it either. He was knocked over. It could have been called.
It was in the box, too.
Yeah, he was right at the edge of the box. I'm glad there was no call made there. I think that was good judgment by the referee, but, yes, a different ref might have called it.
I get it, Bob, but at the same time, Chicago has to earn the tie. Oh, my goodness, that was blatant. You could even argue that was a red card.
Well,
that
here
was
it comes.
Huge push.
Here it comes. You'll probably see yellow. There it is.
Wow, what a break for Chicago.
Maybe a little bit of frustration, arguably payback on that, but I like that there was no call. I don't want to see this game end on a penalty kick, especially on a foul that gets right outside the box like that. Well, right inside the box like that.
And the thing is, too, the refs knew that this match does not matter for the standings. If it mattered for the standings, would the refs have called the PK there?
I don't think so still. I just don't think they want games decided by that kind of a call.
It was pretty blatant, though.
Well, or was it? I mean, you have to go back and look at the replay.
I watched it. It was blatant. It was red card-ish.
What?
Yes, it was a blatant push.
No, it wasn't blatant. But anyway, and there's an argument that could be made for the player falling also, a la LeBron. Yeah, I'd have to see the replay, but I certainly would not have called it. But that's what's fun about the replay. You can go back and look and decide.
You'll watch it after the match.
Yeah.
I've already seen it. You're in front of the laptop. I'm right at it. But
yeah.
It was just an unnecessary push. At the very minimum, it's a yellow card and a PK. And when you watch it on replay, Bob, it's a blatant push.
Yeah, well, we'll have to take a look, or I'll take a look. But like I said, in the moment, I'm certainly glad the call didn't get made. And we didn't see a lot of yipping from the bench either on it.
So, Bob, for people that aren't that familiar with the game of soccer, you have to have both feet firmly in the box to call PK, right? You can't have just one foot in the box.
Well, I think you could have one foot in the box. If you're fouled in the box, you're in the box.
So no matter what, he at least had one foot. It looked like he had two.
I think he had both feet in the box. I'm just questioning, was he really shoved down to the ground? And even if he was, I don't want that penalty called at the line. That was almost a goal. Now, the goalie did a great job keeping that save above his head also, so there was no chance for Chicago Nation to get the header in there. But what a great centering pass right into the middle. You know, if the goalie got screened or got pushed or didn't judge it properly, we got another free kick coming or an injury.
And
but that was a great centering pass.
Yeah, and here's the other thing, Bob. If you don't make calls like that, it can get worse with slide tackles and pushes.
Well,
if you don't call, it can get worse throughout the match.
It's not going to get worse inside the box. You end up with a penalty kick against you.
So 3 substitutions coming into the match. It'll be 2 for Chicago, 1 for Wisloka. Coming in is Emmanuel Lopez, as well as Danny Volka.
What we also don't know is which team's players are playing on yellow cards. You know, if they get yellow cards 2 successive weeks, do they get sat out for the next game in the playoffs? I don't know what those rules are here.
And then entering is Parker Gawani for Wisloka.
So Wisloka with the ball, resetting. It's still 0-0. Somewhat.
So Mizyed is into the match. He's coming in for Lopez.
Somewhat early-ish in the second half with lots of game to go.
And then it'll be Volka coming in, and Kowalski will take a seat. Kowalski's 20. As here comes Wisloka. Crosser out in front. Chance. Redirection attempt. Peru Devin Egghide there with the save.
Yeah, just needed a little more pace on the redirect, but a great pass. Crossed it right in front. Unfortunately, not enough on the redirect, so it was an easy save.
Shevchenko, decent pass, but a little bit too much on it, and Pietach gets it.
Yeah, I thought initially it might have been offside, but no offside call. Didn't you say there's no offsides calls at all this whole entire game? There haven't been that many sends, and that's usually when the offsides occur, but no offsides in an entire soccer game. I haven't seen that too often.
Dominic Pietach has been phenomenal between the pipes. You could make the argument that Wisloka should have had a PK.
Here's a push from behind.
And it might actually be
another yellow
the
card.
goalie in Soroka who's starting. The starting lineup that they gave me was kind of hard to read. Regardless, it's either Soroka or Pietach. And it'll be a foul on the play committed by Wisloka.
You mean Shoka's been making all those saves?
It might be, yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We can't tell. We don't see the number on the jersey.
And, like, he has 0 on his jersey, and he's listed as 1 on the roster. But I'm pretty sure it is Pietach between the pipes. Well, it was tough. They didn't give us starting lineups until a couple hours before. No sport pronunciation guide.
So we're gonna have to call him goalkeeper now.
Well, nobody went on the YouTube live chat saying there was something wrong with the broadcast, so it must be Pietach.
Yeah, I like that interactive part of the broadcast.
It's actually offside committed by Chicago. Might be a handball too. Regardless, it'd be a goal kick if you called a handball there. And we'll say he was offside. And this is interesting, Bob, with the megaphone, and we'll see if the refs allow that for the playoffs. You might be right, though, about the code of conduct. You don't allow megaphones on the pitch.
Well, we just heard somebody say, number 13, you're out of position. I'm pretty sure that was a fan somewhere, but that is pretty funny.
Imagine if you brought a megaphone at Soldier Field. Wayne Rooney, you're out of position.
So, not sure how to pronounce his name, but number 13 is Gagne, and he's a speed merchant for sure.
I'm going to go with Gagne.
Gagne? But he flashed some speed earlier.
It's all right. Over to the 10-yard line, and it's played over that time to Klabjan.
Now, you were talking earlier about a lot of subs came in, right?
Yep, 3 subs total, 2 for Shy Nation, 1 for Wisloka. That time he just fell on his own accord, no foul.
Yes, how often does the ball knock the player over?
Zarnecki with the flop. Wisloka's angry, Bob, and you can almost understand it. They don't call it on Zarnecki, and they call that one. It was kind of similar plays. Very touchy.
I don't know. I'm still on board with the referees doing a good job. These are two very strong, undefeated teams with a lot of pride, trying hard, and I think he's doing a good job at controlling this match.
Yeah, I think he's been 95% good. Just PK that wasn't called, I'm not a fan of it. 17 now into the match. That's Brahayden Ramirez.
Yeah, we had the volleyball match the other day. 300 correct calls did not make up for his 3 errors he made.
And it is indeed Soroka between the pipes, not Piet touch. Crosser off the body, out in front, and cleared by Wisloka. Now over to the 20. Tap and go. Out in front, cleared by Wisloka again. It's now played on the touchline. Great job stealing it. Here comes Chicago again. To the end line. Trying to get it out in front. Who touched it last?
Yeah, it should be a goal kick.
And they're going to say Chicago touched it
Again,
last.
some Chicago Nation did some real outworking on that offensive set.
So we'll change the live stats. So it is indeed Soroka who started the match and finishing the match, not Piet touch. But it's confusing because he was listed as 1 on the roster, but he's wearing number 0. And Piet touch was listed as 99, and sometimes, Bob, goalkeepers wear either 99 or 0.
Well, he just likes that orange color, and that happened to be a 0.
Either way, they've got both good goalkeepers in Soroka and Piet touch.
Yeah, didn't we say at halftime 51% chance of a 0-0 game here? Another send.
A little bit off target, but it does get the feet of his intended target in Shitchenko. And now played to the man off the bench in Valle. Time to empty the benches, as this match doesn't really matter for either team in terms of standings.
Oh, it matters.
That's why I said in terms of standings. Good job of Sutton to avoid the handball. Meanwhile, here comes Wisloka. It's played by Pranika, looking for his 12th goal of the season. Pranika, the intended target, he'll get it, and he's onside. Now near the touchline. Sutton defends. Now played over to Gani. Gani out in front off the left foot, and a corner kick coming up for Wisloka, their first one of the night.
That was a centering pass where there were 2 defenders and just 1 offensive player, so the pass had to be perfect. Instead, though, the defense kicked it out and over the net. To me, that's a bit risky, but very confident. Unfortunately, it gives up the corner kick. So we'll see a right-footed corner on the left side. It'll curl again toward the net.
It'll be Aaron Feinik to play it. Out in front, a lot of hang time on it, headed by Wisloka. Chicago looking to clear, they can't, then they eventually do. Now played by Zarnecki, out in front and no one home.
Yeah, he kicked that one wide and hard. I think he'd like that one back, but I liked his intent. He's, straight on the net, just kick it hard. Maybe the goalie's out of position, this deflection, but unfortunately, he kicked it pretty far wide.
So for the young players that are watching tonight's soccer broadcast, when you're at the 40-yard line like that, so you're 50 yards away from the net, do you want to do a little chip kick with good hang time to have your teammate headed on net?
My angle on that, hold on the ball and push it to the right or to the left. I think when you're straight on like that, you're not going to get the deflection you think you're going to get. When you cross, you want to be at an angle. So I don't think that would softly chip and hope for a lucky deflection. I think the possession is worth more.
They haven't had a lot of possessions. Chicago, like they've done all season, they've eliminated the possessions of the opposing team. But according to one of our YouTube live viewers, he's on my opinion, should have been a penalty.
Well, obviously a one-sided biased fan, right?
Well, we don't know. I don't have his Facebook page in front of me. He could be a Chicago fan.
Both teams are Chicago, aren't they?
Chicago Nation fan. You smart aleck.
So we have one. We should ask people to weigh in on the chat. Penalty or no penalty?
Out to the 35, now at midfield. Klabjan plays it. It's been a fun one in Chicago. You can go on the YouTube live chat, your favorite FIFA World Cup memory. You can also text the text line at 330-957-7653, as that's a long kick going to nobody.
Yeah, that's, again, one I don't really like. It was kind of all this work to get the ball upfield, and that's how we're going to give it away. I feel like Chicago Nation has treated every possession like gold, and, that one was just, I'd like to see a different outcome, I guess. I feel like Wisloka's had a stronger second half than the first half, though. And like you said, if that penalty really was a penalty, it could be 1-0 here.
Out at the touchline. Then played out in front. Zarnecki. Shy Nation looking to get it. And it goes out of bounds.
The coaching staff getting warned on that one.
Gio Ortiz was the nearest Wisloka player, but it was last touched by Wisloka, and it'll be Isaac Sutton ball.
So the coach got caught red-handed by the red-shirted referee, kicking the ball away from Chicago Nation in an unsportsmanlike manner.
So a substitution for Wisloka.
Which really didn't matter because it was all happening in midfield anyway.
And it's probably David Rawicki, which would be 25. Into the match now is 29, Aaron Feinik. As taking a seat is 27. Well, I don't think Knapp was in the game, so it'd probably be Rawicki, and into the match is Feinik, 29. Well, here's the thing too, Bob, is because these teams are thinking playoffs, you don't have to show the entire playbook tonight.
I don't know if teams are really capable of not showing the entire playbook. I mean, they're playing to win. Maybe a set piece or two isn't done, but you're still playing the way you want to play.
And you want to have some momentum going into the postseason.
Well, and I think that's the goal in this game. Prove to the other team you got this. They can't beat you no matter what they do.
And Wisloka has proven that they can play with Chicago Nation, and you could make the argument that they should have had a penalty kick, and if they score that penalty kick, it's a 1-0 win for Wisloka.
Well, hopefully Chicago Nation and Wisloka are over that, and that was a while back, and they have to realize in the present the score is still 0-0 and nobody has a goal.
Nobody has a goal because Chicago Nation gave the ref a $20 bill. I'm kidding. Uh-oh. Out to the touchline. In the box. Now you got to be careful, partner. You cannot slide tackle near that yellow line. Especially in a 0-0 game like this. You give up one goal, that's it.
Well, and at this point in time, teams they understand this, so they're going to make moves. Oh, he's got clobbered, no call there. And then he got tripped in return. It is getting a bit chippy. 2 no calls. It probably could have been or should have been calls.
And that's the problem, Bob, because you don't call the penalty kick. That's exactly what happened on this side. So if you don't call the penalty kick, you have to be consistent and not call that one. So I do appreciate the reffing that you keep it consistent with the no calls. Is the Revich centering?
There's another push that'll be called. Again, he got pushed before he had a chance to receive the ball, hence the call. Both players shake hands and move on.
Yeah, Kadiric is called for the foul, number 15.
And again, it's midfield, so it doesn't really hurt you. It's just a little bit more possession for Chicago Nation. But yeah, we've seen some chippiness in the last 45 seconds here. So you're going to have a hard time telling me these two teams don't want to win, or at least send messages to each other for next time they play.
Out to midfield. Now played by Pranika.
Yeah, it's like a 1-on-5 here. I think we should probably slow this up.
Pranika's shot, it's blocked. And now over that time to Klabjan. Falling to the turf. Shevchenko gets back into the play. No look pass to the trailer, and Klabjan, beautiful pass by Shevchenko. Inside the 30-yard line, which means you're 40 yards away from the net. To the touchline, Shevchenko trying to shake the defender out of his shin guards, but unsuccessful. Shevchenko out in front. Just stifling defense tonight by Wisloka. Klabjan on his right foot. Klabjan to the 10-yard line. Great job on the slide tackle. And Wisloka again, Bob, with good defense.
Yeah, they are a superb defensive team. They need that. It would be interesting to go back to look at their games and see what the scores are of all these wins. Are they low-scoring affairs where the other team just can't score, or do they run up the score because they're so strong offensively? And from where I sit, Wisloka is just terrible, a torridly good defensive team.
Well, assuming these two teams play in the championship match, nothing's for certain. Chicago Nation and or Wisloka could be upset. Both teams going for the ball. No call, obviously.
Yeah, there's not much collision
on the pass. So what do you want to do if you're Wisloka? You want to be conservative, take the tie, or you all in for the win?
Oh, gosh. Both. If I'm both teams, I'm all in for the win.
Especially Chicago, you'd really like to avoid 9-0-1 on the season. Substitution for Chicago, Julio Torres, number 1, into the match.
Yeah, I think both teams are playing like they want it. You can just see the hustle,
and now
the intensity.
Nowicki into the match, number 26.
They are putting subs in, though.
So Dizdarevich will take a seat, and Julio Torres, as we have a timeout on the pitch. So we'll take a 30-second timeout as well. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
A deal for me?
A deal for everyone!
17 East Van Buren Street, Joliet, Illinois.
We're taking the free kick from here, but
so it's a quick timeout. We're in the 77th minute. Even Chicago Nation wasn't ready for it, but the ref said we're ready, and whenever the ref's ready, Wisloka has the go-ahead to do it. Now 50 yards away from the goal. 2 draws on the season for Wisloka. Perfect 9-0-0 for Chicago. Would that get to Chicago a little bit, Bob, if they finish the season on this draw?
Well, no, I don't think anything's going to get to either team, no matter who wins or loses this game. Frankly, they're both really strong teams. They recognize that stuff happens.
But the draw, though, you'd still be undefeated, but you're not a perfect undefeated.
I think it's more important how they play, because you're heading into the playoffs, and you need to. That's why momentum is so important. And there's a way probably to lose and still gain momentum if you played well, and like on a PK ending.
Chance for Chicago Nation off the fingertips. Not really a shot, it was more of a crosser.
Well, and it was a safe play. There were 2 defenders. The goalie got his hand on it, and there was just nobody there from Chicago Nation to kick it in. Oh, we have a free kick from there. Now, there's a dangerous location for the free kick. You're on the side, far post, you head that one in. So this is not where Wisloka wants a free kick to happen.
So if you're Chicago, do you want to do a crosser and a header, or a pass and a volley kick into the back of the net?
Well, kind of the same difference. Far post and punch it in from there. A header, a volley kick, anything.
Oh, that crosser.
There it is.
It's a goal for Chicago! The perfect season is still alive! The crosser, the header, the goal, and we're no longer tied!
You could almost see that coming, a free kick on that location on the field, perfect header into the far post.
My goodness, Bob, what a shot, what a goal, and for Wisloka, just a knife into the heart.
Yeah, and we're going to see how they come back after that in the next, whatever it is, 12 minutes of the game time to see if they really want that tie. I think Chicago Nation would be wise to go into a defensive shell and just take the 1-0 win. But that was a perfect shot, and that is why you don't want free kicks at that location on the field.
As you look at it one more time, can Wisloka recover and get the equalizer? 22, the goal off the header. Assisted by, I think, Torres. One. And that might do it for Wisloka. They've got a good 15 minutes to do it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, we'll see what kind of defense Chicago Nation plays now, and we're also going to see what Wisloka is made of on offense. They've been kind of counterattacking the whole entire game. Well, now they have to take the game to Chicago Nation. We'll see if they can do it.
Inside the Chaparral's end zone. Oh my goodness, could it be a PK?
Yeah, that's the way to get back in the game. Hustle inside the goalie box and fall down.
Wow.
Obviously, there's a pretty good argument with the referee, but once he makes his call, they're not going to change that. Oh man, what a way to tie the game up. We'll see. This is a huge penalty kick.
I'm surprised you call that one and not the one earlier in the half.
Well, at least this one's closer to the goalie, and there's some danger behind it. There was no danger when the ball, when that foul occurred, if it was even a foul near the edge of the box.
I mean, it's a foul. It's a little bit of a ticky-tack call. The one was a lot more blatant. But you know what? They make up for it, and at least they call one PK. I don't think Peru has a chance here, Bob. What do you think?
Oh, he has a chance. Very, very good goalie. Oh boy, what is the chance? So I'll say 25%. So 75%, this goes in. So get your points bet out.
Anis Katarich. All the pressure is on Devin Eghai. Katarich looking for the equalizer. It's in the back of the net. Wisloka ties it up.
That shot got into the back of the net so quick. Devin Eghai doesn't even get on the ground before it landed into that corner. What a great kick.
Maybe our most exciting match of the season, as Wisloka ties it up on a PK. And just like that, Chicago's perfect undefeated season could go away in 10 short minutes.
Well, perfect. They're still undefeated.
The Chicago Nation fans not happy about it, but
now you know what Wisloka is made of. They certainly have a counterattack, and when they go on the offensive, they can score. So they've been in a defensive shell this whole game. After the goal, they changed, and they really pressed, and they got that goal. Even though it was from the penalty kick, they still pressed to get that goal.
Over to the sideline, Dizdarevich plays it. Sorry, that's not Dizdarevich. He's out of the match. Torres came in for him. It's now Solka in.
We're also going to see how bad Chicago Nation wants to win as opposed to a draw.
I think they care, but not as much as you think, Bob. And it's so hard to recover from that, to try to get another goal after you thought the match was over. Ill-advised slide tackle. Sutton goes after him. Now he's holding his knee. Yellow card. A lot happening, Bob. The free kick was going to be awarded for Wisloka, and then Gawney is called for a yellow card on Sutton. And you like the sportsmanship, Gawney going over to Sutton to make sure he's all right. A lot happening, Bob, in a game that doesn't really matter in terms of the standing.
Yeah, that's why I'm on board with saying it does matter to both teams. There is so much pride behind this and the momentum angle. They both want to win. They both want to stick the other team with a loss.
So when you watch it on replay, it's clearly a free kick awarded for Wisloka. Klebjan called for the foul, and then a yellow card against 13 of Wisloka. But the problem with that, Bob, is Wisloka's kind of going for the ball as Sutton goes full sprint towards the ball. I mean, it's a foul, a yellow card, okay.
Well, in some ways, though, I think the ref is recognizing the chippiness and the intensity, and I think he wants to calm that down, and yellow cards is one of the ways to do that. I think the coaching staff there from Wisloka is talking to the refs and saying, the call on us was a little steep after the call was made already on the other guy, but again, the ref is trying to control the match.
8 fouls committed by Wisloka, just 4 for Chicago.
And a free kick at midfield, kind of a benign free kick, but actually a good kick onto the far side.
So Klebjan of Chicago Nation called for the foul. Yellow card on 13. Very rare as a push by Chicago, and that's a bad foul, Bob. Free kick inside the 10-yard line.
Almost a carbon copy of the foul on this side of the field that actually was tipped in.
We appreciate Kamil Kazalka and Paleza watching.
Our Polish is subpar, right?
I make a good Polish sausage, but my Polish speaking is no bueno. Free kick. Out in front. Header! Who touched it last? I think it was Chicago. Nope, they're going to save Wisloka.
Yeah, goal kick. But that was the execution that didn't happen on this end. It happened on the other end, on the redirect. Sometimes it's just, as good as players are here, it's fortunate or unfortunate the ball bounces your way. But we'll see if I don't want to use the word chippiness, but for lack of a better term, I'm going to use it. Maybe intensity is a better word. We're going to see if the intensity continues.
Final reminder, the text line's open, 330-957-7653. Your favorite high school, college, or FIFA World Cup memory as it's kicked out.
Yeah, somebody should call in and say this one. Like you said, this is a terrific game.
And Wisloka, if they play Chicago, they might be a little angry. They thought they should have had 2 PKs tonight. And we'll see if these teams play for the Midwest Central Championship, what it will be like. Meanwhile, Wisloka has a chance to get the lead. Left-footed shot. It's off the post. Loose ball. Cleared by Chicago. Wisloka a half an inch away from getting the win.
What a great move in front of the goal. He had the left side of the net open, just couldn't quite get it in there. This is why Wisloka is 7-0-2 on the season. They have a lot of talent offensively and defensively.
They fed it that time to Pranika, number 22, and just off the post. Almost his 12th goal of the year, partner, and that would have been maybe his most beautiful one of the season.
Yeah, probably the most memorable one.
To beat the undefeated Chicago Nation team. Well, I think Chicago is hoping that Wisloka loses in the playoffs, because this is going to be a tough beat for them on July 1st if Chicago advances that far.
Yeah, what a great rematch we're looking at, though. And then both teams have to go back, look at this video, and decide, let's see, what did we do, what should we do better? And frankly, both teams have played absolutely terrific. So, I mean, how do you better, when you're playing this well?
Inside the 20, shot.
It went in?
Saved it, rebound try. Just around his feet, couldn't get on net. Zarnecki. Peru thought he was offside, but Zarnecki was clearly onside, and another break for Chicago.
I thought it actually went through the goalie's hands, but it actually bounced this way. It was at the wrong angle, but what a save, what a kick. And I don't think anybody should sell Wisloka short.
Well, Soroka probably the man of the match, but Peru has been up to the task to at least give them the 1 point tonight, Bob.
Well, I don't think anybody cares about that point. They don't want a 1 in the defeat column.
Right. Well, I'm saying to give Chicago the 1 point, at least they'll get the draw.
Yeah. Both teams want the other team to have a 1 in the loss column.
If you're wondering, Chicago Nation coming in tonight with a goal differential of 28-21 for Wisloka. The 3 seed as of now is Sueno FC. They have 16 points. Goshen and Isthmus both with 14. And United Serbian and Springfield right on their heels. Foul called on the play. And they're going to say a foul committed by Chicago.
Yeah, commit the foul outside the box. Of course, that was an offensive foul there.
If you're wondering, Chicago plays the winner of the wild card game, which could be Goshen City against Isthmus City.
So the referees have a discussion here with the 4th ref on the side.
United Serbian was still alive, but they got pounded by Chicago on Wednesday night, 6-0.
They didn't kick the extra point?
No. They had Cody Parkey kick it. He missed it.
That was actually a pretty good one.
Thank you. I'm here till Tuesday. Try the veal. Yeah, tip the waitress, try the veal. Maciej Zapensky looking to get into the match as Wisloka pleading their case to the ref. Hey, where was our other PK? Or what are you doing after the match? I saw a good steakhouse around the street. You want to go? If you're Chicago, you're a little bit worried, Bob, knowing you might have to play this team in the playoffs?
You know, there's two sides to that, right? I mean, you'd prefer not to have to play them. On the other hand, go through the best to win because it only makes you better. You only play 10 games, so when you play good teams, you get better. So you're more equipped to win the championship than if you didn't play this game again.
The head coach is Wojciech Piotrowski for Wisloka.
Piotrowski?
Second coach is Slavomir Borek. The president is Marek Ras, and the vice president is Rafał Nowicki. This is an excellent soccer club. We did not see them last year. Chicago played Bavarian United for the Midwest title, and that was a tough one for them. 1-0 win. And if they have to play Wisloka again, might be the same. Foul committed by Wisloka.
Yeah, from here it looked like he just fell down, but yeah, I'm pretty far away. Like you said, we got the Bob Uecker seats here.
So as of now, because that was a foul committed by Wisloka, so that would be their 10th of the night.
Yeah, good angle, just a little bit far from the net. This should get launched right on the far post, with a lot of air under it. Perfectly executed pass.
And trying to get his second goal tonight, that time in Lubovich. But up to the task is Soroka. As Soroka now has 9 saves on the night.
Which is probably 9 more than he'd like to have to face.
12 shots for Nation, 9 for Wisloka. It's been as evenly matched as you'd like. Some calls that didn't go Wisloka's way. And Chicago looking for the 2-1 win. Not a good pass, but it stays in play. And now high up in the air.
Yeah, they'll go out of bounds and then throw in from the side. Some of those kicks on that far post are a little too far postish. I feel like they need to be a little bit more into the middle, but they're absolutely kicking the ball far post, looking for a kick or a header at a bit of an angle.
Header over to the 35-yard line. It's played now by Feinik. As Chicago, they only have a couple more minutes to score, otherwise they'll have to be okay with the 1-1 draw.
Oh, they still walk away with an undefeated season.
Right.
No shame at all in that. This is
all they really
league.
care about is getting back to the national championship. The undefeated regular season would be nice, but out to the touchline, and great job playing that time by 40.
Ooh.
And then last touch that time by Chicago Nation. But Shy Nation is forcing them into the deep corner, so Wisloka has to do a quick throw in and clear it. Otherwise, Chicago could steal and have one more chance with a crosser on net.
Yeah, if this were basketball, put on your full court press.
Header, and it's headed. Just a volley kick, just trying to get it out of bounds. Oh,
it went
wow,
out.
kept in by
No,
Pranika.
went out. But a grand attempt.
Now playing it, it'll be Corey Miles. Miles.
Good strong throw into the middle of the field.
Yep, send it over to Lubovich. The only goal for Chicago tonight. And Wisloka's goal was off a PK. Inside the 20. Now 20 yards away from the goal. Slide tackle, getting it out. Chicago's got to hurry. We're in the 93rd minute.
Yeah, safe slide tackle outside the box. You don't need to get a penalty kick against you at this point.
And now, Bob, if you're Chicago, you're out of time. Maybe just do a blind pass now.
Oh, no, never. But a pass from afar. A little too far again.
And Wisloka playing around with it. And they're going to say that it's going to be Chicago's ball. Gawney, last one to touch it. Chicago still trying to avoid the blind passes, but they do have to hurry regardless. Miles trying to keep it into Chicago. Is actually touched by Wisloka. Off the body. Cleared by Wisloka. And now Chicago has to regroup. Oof. Great job that time by Fadek, almost getting in the way of that passing lane.
Yeah, terrific footwork, though. Here's another pass, far post. Nah, maybe not so post.
And that will do it. The ref gave them 4 minutes of extra time, but it just wasn't enough to get a winner. Chicago and Wisloka, a 1-1 draw. The perfect undefeated season is over for Chicago Nation, but they're still undefeated, partner.
Yeah, to me, that's still a perfect season for both teams. Neither one got a loss, or maybe not perfect. You have to use the word undefeated. We have two undefeated teams who are absolutely tremendously good teams. The rematch, if it happens, is going to be a real wonderful game to watch. I hope we're back for that.
So don't go anywhere. The post-game show coming up next. But before we do that, Bob, our 3 stars of the match. Number 1, Soroka for Wisloka. Number 2, gotta go with the goalkeeper, Devin Eghai, and what a header by Lebovic. I thought it was going to be a 1-0 win, but give credit where credit is due. Our honorary 4th star would go to number 15, Anis Kadiric. Do you agree or disagree with my list, Bob?
Oh, I don't have any reason to disagree with it. I think you did good picking those 4 stars. It's hard to, it's just like when you have a really good team, you can't pick one MVP because they all played their part so well and they played their roles so well. To pick out one player is just hard to do, let alone even in this case 3. And in this case, because it was a tie game, you kind of have 22 people to pick from as opposed to if one team won, you only got to pick from 11. So sounds like a good choice, a set of choices to me.
So don't go anywhere. Post-game show coming up next, but for our excellent crew, for Jeffrey Clark, for Ryan Esslinger, for Bob Vilsaway, I'm Kyle Smith signing off. Post-game show coming up next here on Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
A deal for me? A deal for everyone!
17 East Van Buren Street, Joliet, Illinois.
Attention, growth-minded contractors. Are your appointment cancellation rates increasing and your margins decreasing? They don't have to. We have the solution to help you turn those numbers around and grow your business, regardless of the economy. Engage clients before appointments, decrease last-minute cancellations, and increase keep rates with our easy-to-use virtual home designer tool. Clients will be actively involved by uploading their house pictures that personalize the design process. Your clients can change the design of their house and upgrade the parts they want with our product catalog. Clients can download the design report, accelerating the process and closing the deal quickly. Impress your clients and stand apart from the competition while demonstrating your skills with Richards Building Supply Virtual Home Design Center.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, it started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement in permanent digital memory.
Welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'm Kyle Smith, but I, of course, don't matter. This young man matters. Sasha Lebovich, the SBS man of the match, a 1-1 draw between Wisloka, Chicago, and Chicago Nation FC. Well, you guys wanted the perfect season, 10-0-0. You don't get it, but you're still technically unbeaten.
Yes, we are. I mean, it's quite amazing to go an invincible season here in the regular season, and now our focus is just the postseason. So we got a couple big games coming up. I mean, we got to win the semifinal and then hopefully meet Wisloka again in the final.
Just a perfect setup from Dizdarevich to you for the header. It looked like you guys were going to win 1-0. What have you worked on in practice to get that perfect header past the keeper?
It's just been a lot of set piece practice and training, and I mean, he's served me a lot of good balls in a lot of the games. So I just finally happy to get one in and get one in the back of the net. So
you wanted the 1-0 win. It's a 1-1 draw, but even when they tied it, it looked like Peru almost had the save on that penalty kick.
Yeah, he was quite close. I actually thought he had it for a second, but I mean, he stretched as best as he could, and it is what it is. Penalty is penalty. So we take it 1-1. We wanted the clean sheet. We couldn't get it, but hey, we're moving on to the next one. The semifinals only game that matters now.
In case you have to play this team in a couple of weeks for the championship, what's it going to take for a victory?
It's going to take a little more discipline from us. Keep playing our game. We got a little too direct, but if we keep playing our game, we'll be all right, and we'll be able to take it to them.
What was Soroka doing so well between the pipes that made it so tough for you guys tonight?
He was just reading the game really well. There was a lot of set pieces that Jazz served me, and that he was getting. The keeper came out on, and he just did a really good job of getting those without me getting ahead on it. So it made it a little tougher, and he just reading the game really well. So
final thoughts about the match tonight as you guys look forward to the playoffs.
There's a lot to take from it, the good and bad. It's definitely been our toughest matchup this season, so it's a good test before we go into playoffs. We got a lot to learn, a little bit to work on this week in training, and we're just going to get after next Saturday.
And that does it for our post-game show. So for our excellent crew, Ryan Esslinger, Jeffrey Clark, Bob Vilsaway, I'm Kyle Smith signing off. A 1-1 draw here at COD Stadium, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Illinois' top-ranked orthopedic and spine practice, Midwest Orthopedics at Rush, is now in Joliet. See a world-class specialist close to home. To be your best, see the best.